You know, folks, there's not a doubt in my mind, one of the best ways to creek fish, well, is to walk upstream if you can. Why? Well, you're not going to spook as many fish. If you'll slide your feet, little bitty steps, little careful steps, them fish won't even know you're coming. In fact, you are the predator when you go about it that way. As far as creek fishing, you can fish too fast. You can fish past the fish. You can wade past the fish. In fact, many times these fish will accumulate in certain places in the creek. You can catch a fish, and if you'll do this, you'll find out more times than not, you'll catch a lot more fish. After you catch a fish, fish in that area very slow. Take your time, relax. You're not out to set world records. You'll find out if you'll fish that area real slow, careful, you'll catch more fish. A lot of fish are being left behind. Let me show you one of the, if not the best, most ultimate creek bait known to me. A Z-Man TRD Hog Z, the dirt color. Now, there's no telling as to how many big fish I've caught out of creeks with this bait. This bait, well, as y'all know, or you may not know, has been around for many a year. It's a 3-inch bait. That's what it looks like right there. Just like that right there. And I'm going to show you how I rig it. That is a 1/20th of an ounce Z-Man jig head. I like a 1/20th and a 1/15th of an ounce, which is a little bit heavier. I try not to use much more than a 1/15th, folks. Usually the creeks in this area has a very moderate current. Most of them are knee deep to waist deep, so a 1/20th to a 1/15th gives it the fall rate that I like in that depth of water. And I like an open head like that if I can. Sometimes I'll Texas rig it, which that'll be a different video. I'll show you a great way to rig these baits weedless. Normally I like to use a loop knot. If I'm using 8 to 10 pound test fluorocarbon, I'll always use a loop knot. Gives the bait a lot better action. But if I'm using 6 pound fluorocarbon, I'll either tie a trilene knot or a Palomar knot, so I can get as much strength out of the line as I can, out of the light 6 pound test line. Let me show you the fluorocarbon that I've been using for years. Haven't said anything about it. It's Yozuri 100% fluorocarbon line, and in this case that's 8 pound test. That's my favorite size to use in creeks most of the time. It's cheap and it's strong. And as far as braid, I'll use 8 to 10 pound test braid. In creeks, I don't find it to be necessary to use anything past 10. Not in this area anyway. And my connection will always be a double uni knot. Depending on how clear the water is, sometimes I'll use a 16, 17 foot leader. You know, if the water is extremely clear. And if it's not, 6, 8 feet of leader is fine. As far as spinning reels, I like a 2000 size reel or a 2500 size. Sometimes I'll use a 1000. Not much, because a lot of times you'll hook a really good fish. And I just like the spool, the bigger diameter spool, when it comes to a 2000 to a 2500 size reel. That's really what I'm looking for, so I can get a long cast if I need it. And for the most part, I would rather have a light action rod, 6.5 feet, 6'8". And the reason why is because that hook won't pull near as easy if you've got a lot of flex on your tip. Whee! Woo! Ain't that pretty? Look how that water's coming across and coming down. This is the Z-Man TRD Hog Z dirt color. It's a 3-inch bait also. Also made with that Elastec material, which I love it. You can catch, you can't wear one of these baits out. I mean, you can catch one fish after the next. And it floats up better. Floats your Ned head up a lot better. Okay, let's go ahead and do that. This is sort of what I call a hybrid bait. I mean, it could mimic a crawfish. They could mistaken it for a hellgrammite. You know, especially in watercolor like this, but it's just a doggone good bait, folks. Let's go ahead and catch a big one on it. There he is. Oh my goodness, this is a big son of a gun. Oh my. This is a good one. Whew. That's on that Hog Z, Z-Man Hog Z. That's a good bait too. Ain't no doubt. No doubt in my mind. I've caught a lot of fish on that doggone thing. I love that Elastec, folks. That fish has got a marking on him. Boy, that's a big fish right there. Got a marking on his back. Quit. You stop it. You don't do that. Look at there. That's a big son of a gun. I knew it when I stuck him too. There's several fish out here in front of me. I mean, it's loaded up with them. Look at there what I fish. But this Hog Z, going back right here, is one of, if not one of the best crate baits you can throw, because it's a kind of a creature bait. Let me classify it like that. It looks like a crawfish when it stands up like this, and those little deals right there are waving. It looks like a crawfish that's posturing up in a defensive way, which a bass can't stand. And because of these legs right here, these appendages right here, it could even look like a hellgrammite to them. So it's just one of those types of baits that it could, look here, we done got a fish on here already, and a good one. I can't talk to y'all. I'm wanting to talk to y'all because of all these years of fishing out here like this. And pass on a little bit, and they won't let me. Okay, they just won't let me. He won't quit. He's not as big as a lot of them, folks, but it don't seem to matter. They don't know. Oh, a good creek fish though. They don't know. Will you quit? They don't know that they ain't big, but really that's a big old creek bass right there. There's a lot of creeks that I fish that would be an extra big one, no doubt. All right, there you go, boy. You know, these creeks like this, 2.5 and 3, like 2.5 pound spots,
which we've caught some 2.5 pound spots. That's a big brute of a spot for a creek like this, folks. But now every once in a while, and this will happen, you'll catch an extra. There's fish on there right now. Got him. You'll catch an extra big one, like 4 pounds or better, where the DNA is correct. And this is the type of creek right here that could happen. I'm expecting that. He spit up something right there. My goodness. Fighting son of a gun. There's so many fish right there, it's pitiful. That's a spot. Golly, quit. You're done. You're done. You're being mean. That is a big son of a gun. Big, long spot. But it wouldn't surprise me at all to catch a 4-pounder out of here with as many quality fish that's in this creek. Look at there. Come on back. Let's see if there's a fish right there. Yep, there he is. Oh my goodness. Oh my. He's coming to me. Big old fish, my goodness. Oh Lord. You talking about being blessed today, folks. Look at that fish. This is something else right here. This is it. This is it. All that, 2 little old rocks right over there. Y'all can't see them, but that's what held this fish. This is a big spot. Quit. Stop it. Look at there. My goodness, that's a big one. Hey, get me a little more line out so we can unhook him. Come here. He's wore out. And they got sharp teeth here in this creek. And I'll tell you what that's about. He's a bluegill eater. Those teeth are sharp as they can be. Let's let him go. Oh, there he goes. He wet me. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, Kokomo Joe, he come down there and he caught 2 fish. And I know this who big was this. But like that, they put up there that I didn't know how many. He let him go, said, I didn't just let the fish cut. That's okay. You know.
Now, a lot of these creeks is a bunches and bunches of unproductive water, which I've mentioned before. But when you find the right area or key areas in a creek, they can be absolutely loaded, folks, with bass. Let me get in a different position right here. It's just a deep hole right there. Little bitty deep hole, ain't that big at all. There's fish. That's a good one. That's a good one. That's a real good one. I got him, folks. I guarantee you that's the fish that I missed. Guarantee you. And it's a big one, too. Wallering like a hog out there. Quit. Would you quit? There you go. You messed up. I knew that was a big fish. I'd come back and I got him. Quit, stop it. Look at there. What a spot. My goodness. Yep. It took me about 5 minutes, but I finally got him to bite. Let's let him go. Darn. What a mean rascal. Look here, folks. Golly. My. Oh my. Look at there. What a big old bass. My. Get back over here. Yep, that's the one right there. Well, that's one of them anyway. Big old spotted bass from a creek you have ever seen. And mean, that fish won't quit, folks. He won't quit. I'm ready for him to be done. Yep. Come on in here. Long, big old mean looking fish right there. Whew, I'm tired. Now folks, look at there, what a spotted bass. That is a big one. That's a big one. I've caught several of these in the last couple hours. In fact, look at my thumb. Look how they've tore that thumb all to pieces. This is fun. I would recommend anybody to be a fishing in creeks. If it's tough to get into them, so what? It'll make you tough. See that right there? Whoa. There we go. He went to shaking. There he goes. Okay. Wow. That's all I know to say about it. Wow. Look at that thumb right there. Can y'all see that? That's how many big spotted bass I've caught. I've caught a couple largemouth, one really big one, but most of them has been spotted bass in this particular creek. That's the way it goes. No smallmouth. I don't believe a smallmouth exists in this creek. If it had, I'd caught him. But I want to say God bless each and every one of y'all. Thank y'all for all the great comments. Hey. Oh, okay, here's a rock. No, here's a... I need something. Woo. Hey, man, woo. Woo. And remember, go fishing when you can, because it's good for